Dun, dun. Hello, hello, hello.
Hello. Oh my gosh, it's been a while.
It has, it has. And boy, things are popping off and I don't know if we got people interested in our topic today. I don't blame you if you're all into the Kaya Simons debacle, but we can
Right.
talk about that a little bit later because I sure have thoughts.
Right. Oh yeah, dude, because I don't know anything about it. Like I said, you guys kind of know me behind the scenes. One or two wackos at a time for me is all I can deal with. I'm sorry. My wacko card is full, guys. Sorry.
Exactly.
So I know a little bit, but it's even some of the players I don't know who they are, and that's okay, and I can catch up through you guys, and that's fine. But just say hi to everybody. Hey, Kate. Hey, Truth. Hi, Yarn Fix. Welcome. Good to see you here. Um,
Everybody.
yes, and as usual, we are
Here
here
we
with another
are.
history
And I have
lesson.
been so busy the last few days that I couldn't address Dumbass and her community tab
Yes, yes.
accusing me of lying and of doctoring documents and all sorts of hackerish type stuff. So here we
Oh,
are, my
exactly. Oh my
only day
God.
off.
I mean, it's like
Addressing it.
seriously, you're the
Yeah.
liar. I'm the liar. Yeah, right. Yeah,
And
sure, Jan.
yeah, and the fact that she's running around um tagging everybody like they were gonna go side up with her and go, yeah, Kathy C, Glory B is this person and
It's this horrible bitch. No.
what? No,
No.
no.
Not so
You're just
much. No.
you're just shining the spotlight on your own
It, I'm like, I
insanity.
saw that too. And I'm like, you are going to tag the people that already know your history. And so you're just going to confirm and tag them that you're a dumbass. Okay. I mean, I'm down for it. Go for it, girl. But come
Mhm.
on. And of course, shit. Everything pops off when I'm gone. I was out of town for a week for my
Mhm.
nephew's surgery, and holy cow, I'm like, oh my god, I'm missing it. It's like shit.
It
And
it
and
was a shit show.
well, and it looked like it, from what I understood and what I caught up with, and what didn't get deleted and everything else. But you know, first of all, let me just say, and we don't have to white knight for other people. Everybody we know are all strong individual people and they can stand up for
Mm,
themselves.
you got that
But
right.
I will say that, it's funny to me the times that I've been able to catch Nutso, you can hear that poor man coughing his lungs up in the background. And this has been going on for a long, long time. Excuse me, wasn't she all about someone going, oh, you didn't take care of Debo. You tried to kill Debo because you didn't do this and you didn't do that. Excuse me. You don't even skip a beat except to go, oh, are you okay, my love? Huh? Does he sound okay, dumb bitch? Really? Stupid. Hello. Red flags. Every nurse in this community has gone, dude, he needs to go see a doctor. So
That's right.
what? Your Medicaid don't swing both ways? What's the
No,
problem
she
here,
just
honey?
doesn't care. She doesn't care.
She doesn't. She
Doesn't care
doesn't.
about those dogs, doesn't
Nope.
care about her house elf. Um,
Nope. No.
all she cares about is laying her saggy, flabby body on a bed,
Oh,
pointing a camera at herself and writhing around like an idiot. Oh my god, thank God
and,
that the farms has it forever and ever and ever.
and look at me. I could put my foot
Look
on
at
my
my saggy
face.
body. I'm 160 pounds. Not.
Oh. Hi, Silent Silver. Thanks for stopping in, honey.
Any
But
silence over.
it's like you've got to be kidding me. Seriously, that's your big flex? Literally? I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Okay. Put that on your resume. Maybe the clowns are hiring. You could fit in the clown car now.
The
you know.
saggiest woman on the internet. Come
I
on,
was
come
like, oh my
on.
God. And I
Hey, Jake.
just love when people, some of the newer folks that, and it's that's going to be, I'm going to sit back and watch that with my popcorn bowl full, because these people know her history
Yeah.
better than anybody. So I love it. I'm cured. I'm on medication. You bitch, stop.
Yes, her sanity tour. Her sanity tour. I'm not crazy. I'm on all my medic. Yeah, right.
Right. Yeah, exactly. She's worse than she ever has been.
Oh,
Ever. And I love she gets up there and flexes. Oh, I know I'm skinny now. Girl. Uh-huh.
no, you're
Okay.
not. You're far
No, you're
from
not. No, you're
skinny
not.
girls. Exercise, work out, eat healthy, and not Whataburger 4 times a day.
Exactly.
You know,
Exactly.
that's
And
what healthy skinny girls do.
right. Right. So now the
Skinny
only
old
thing that I was caught off guard, because I don't think I got home sometime Monday. I don't even remember. Everything's a blur to me. I'm like, oh my God, everything's just crazy catching up. But I did, she went to court on the 7th, I think it was. And
ninth.
her version of it, I'm free. Everything's perfect. Girl, we knew about your court decision before you did, probably. We saw the
Oh no, we
paperwork.
did because she did that. She did that live, doing that. Meanwhile, we had all the papers,
Right,
or
exactly.
figurative,
And we're
the
looking at
screenshot
it
of the
going,
court judgment.
uh-huh, yeah, nice try there. And
I was already
yes,
making a
definitely
video
silence
about
over.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That'll be coming in time, definitely. Definitely prayers for the people of Hawaii, how devastating.
Yes.
Um,
Yes. I vacationed in on Maui and stayed in a hotel in that city that burnt. What the? So yeah, my
Lahan,
Lahaina. Yeah.
yes, yes. And it's so sad too. I know my one of my family members, that's one of her favorite places. And me,
It's
I just
beautiful.
prefer St. Thomas, and she likes that area as well.
Mhm.
And so it is just horrifyingly devastating. It's, I watched interviews of people, saying that they had to leave their animals. I just was in tears. It's like, oh my God, I can't
No.
even
Oh my
fathom.
god.
I know, I know, I know. It's so horrible. But so definitely an interruption there. I'm sorry, but yeah, definitely prayers for Hawaii, dear God. Hey Roro. Uh,
Yeah.
but so no rest for the wicked. Hey Jay, how's it going? Uh, but she's trying to spin like she was innocent and nothing happened. Yeah, no, hun, your lawyer told you, guess what? You're fucked. Plead guilty.
Yeah. That's exactly. And he's not a top tier lawyer in the first place. You can Google his name and get the what is it? Holy man, my brain fart here today.
Oh, his reviews were
Yeah,
hilarious.
reviews. That's the word I want. Reviews. And then
And
okay, but you go and
exactly,
flex him if you like, honey. He was a court appointed lawyer. She didn't
exactly.
pay a shekel for it.
Yes, she did. Yes, she did. If you read that judgment, she's like, I didn't get fines. She's absolutely correct. She did not get fined a dollar amount, but the attorney decided, you know what? She's got to pay. So she had attorney fees of $350, something else for 270, which
Court
was, I
time.
believe, stuff yes, court costs were
Yeah,
270.
court costs.
And
Yeah.
then there was a miscellaneous fee of $20. Excuse me, my math says that's $390. So yes, hun, you had a smack, but no, you want to be technical. We'll be technical. No, you didn't have fees or a
That's
fine,
right.
but you had fees you had to pay. So miss us with that shit too. Okay.
And
And the
also,
most
yeah,
important, well, I'm
no,
sorry, go ahead. Well,
I'm
I'm
just
just
going to say, yes, you have been convicted. You are a convicted felon.
yep. Yep, because and I
Maybe,
always
Yep.
And it's funny too because she's trying to say too that her point was this is totally separate. This didn't have anything to do. Yes, it did. All of this started with when a certain someone, we all know who, decided to come into the Discord and go, hey, this is what I'm doing. And we're all kind of like whispering behind the scenes, going, I don't think he's doing anything, but it's okay. We're good. And we're patting him on the head. Okay, honey. And then he's showing us paperwork. And I'm like, wow, you guys, that kind of looks real. I'm like, okay, I
I
don't know
know.
about you, but, and yeah. And so I was like, oh, hey, maybe this is for real. So we waited a little bit, and sure enough, he's showing us more and more and more. And then he's got he's got appointed liaisons and all this other stuff. And I'm like, damn. And then he's coming in going, okay, if you guys could help me with evidence, I'd appreciate it. Well, I'm sorry. I got 4,000 screenshots on my phone. I'm sure I got some that'll help you. Other people had videos and did whatever. So
Mm-hmm.
again, and excuse me, but we all know that y'all didn't meet up at a Chinese restaurant. If y'all saw the list of the possible witnesses for this case, it was pages upon pages of people that
Yep.
were being probably subpoenaed to possibly testify, and he was one of them.
Yeah, he
So
sure
don't,
was. So that selfie picture about the restaurant,
yeah,
bullshit. That was courtroom.
exactly. Sure was. Sure was. And so, you can't tell me otherwise. So again, that just proves that the other one's a liar too, and we all knew that, but hey, whatever. So again, and I got to go back to that too. The pages of witnesses that they could possibly use. I was like, damn, holy shit. The entire state of Texas is going to testify against her.
And they had all those videos, and it's a read. It really is a read. And
Yeah.
truth monger, yes, you're right. I thought it was a misdemeanor felony. I thought there were different levels, and she just got convicted of the lowest.
Right. The
Um,
first one was a felony.
yeah,
And that she supposedly got, well, no, they just dismissed that. No. Again, I know the real reason that it got dismissed. I know there's a lot of stuff floating around, and I'm not going to give my opinion because it really doesn't matter. But, we can just go ahead and stay with, yeah, some of the evidence didn't get submitted on time. And when they did the grand jury, there wasn't enough evidence. So that's why.
it
But
was.
it could have
Mhm.
been refiled. And at first it was, because I've got screenshots showing that it was refiled. But then after that, it was conveniently dropped and whatever. So no,
Yeah.
hon, you didn't skate off of that one. And the thing I was going to respond to Jay's question was that now she can just continue to torment and terrorize. No.
Mm-mm.
Anybody that now wants to come forward and pop her with harassment, guess what's going to happen? Do not pass
Mhm.
go, do not collect anything, and go directly to jail.
That's right. That's what guilty and convicted and time served. So let's get to the time served part of that program. We know she's disappeared for exactly 5 days a couple of times. So we
Yep.
can't pinpoint which, but she went and she spent
Yep.
her jail time.
Yep. She sure
They
did.
called it
5 days,
a break
time
from the
served.
internet.
Yep. Yeah. And it was so nice. It was
Yeah, it
so
was.
wonderful. But, again, she can go and do and be with whoever she wants. We don't care. We're going to sit back with our popcorn and laugh our asses off because that's what I've been doing. Because the
Yep.
shit is so comical. I mean, I don't know what she expects to deal with people that have known her for what? You've known her the longest. You've had them, and I love it. It gets longer and longer each time. For certain people, it's 2 years. Certain people, it's 7 years. Certain people, it's 10 years. I'm like, what the fuck? I've
No,
only known Looney
fortunately,
Tunes
only
for
about 3 years, give or take a
yes,
month or two. Yeah,
right.
so
And yeah, you've known her the longest, and then we were, and again, does she not understand the timeline? I mean, we first became aware of her because of a spaghetti sauce video that Angie Lee did, and it was freaking hilarious.
Oh God,
All
I
we
just
kept going was, "Oh my God, the carpet, dummy." I mean, it's like, explain that when you move out, but okay. Um, you know, so again, and it was comical. I remember Negs did a review on it, Looney Tune
Mhm.
did a review on it, and it was funny. Enough said. And then, but she went over and got friendly with those two, and she followed the breadcrumbs back to Munchings,
Yeah,
tried to latch her claws in there, and nobody ever from the other community, because they know that's why she whose name shall not be mentioned. We'll get to that in a minute. But she followed the breadcrumbs back. They didn't give her this big grandiose invite. She just followed the breadcrumbs back.
yeah,
And here she is whistling her way in, and you never said a word until she pretended to be a nurse. And you came in and went,
right.
yeah, no,
I was
because
just
that's
watching
dangerous.
because back then she was a shit show to watch. She really
Yeah,
was, and I had no intention of interfering in this until she started lying, like serious
exactly.
lies, not just
Right,
I got $1 million kind of a lie. She was trying to pass herself off as a registered nurse.
right, right.
And I'm
And
going, no, 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 no.
right, and most of us that have a brain cell in our head could figure that out pretty clearly, because
Mhm.
after you hear her go on these rants and speak and listen to her read, it's painfully obvious that no, hun, you are not a nurse, you know. And then she wants to go, well, because it's in my maiden name, and blah, 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 whatever. Shut up, stop.
And no,
It,
you cannot have two different social insurance numbers, one in your maiden name and one in your married name, or any insurance.
or well, for or Social Security at all either.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know where she thought this was even a thing, but that's illegal. So if you've got an alias and you're using another number, somebody should check into that, perhaps.
Yeah, that's an interesting thing, because I know when I got married back in 77, I had to change my Social Security card over to my maiden name. You had what, 6 months or something to do that?
Yeah,
So I did that. Now, when I got divorced, I'm like, okay, what do you want to do? Well, I was married 10 years, so shit, my whole entire life was transferred over to my married name. So I kept it. I'm just like, yeah, I'll just keep it. And, because I had, financial stuff that was all linked up to it. And, so I just left it the same way. But now when I remarried this time, I had it changed over to my married name. And I got a new Social Security card with that name. But Social Security doesn't just blink and go, oh well, there's 3 or 4 names on file. They send you documents and go, you need to update
yeah.
this.
You are assigned a number, and that's yours for life. Unless there is identity fraud, and then then reluctantly they will change over. But
Right, and
yeah,
that's rare. That's
it
very
is.
rare. It's
Yeah,
very rare. And so, no, she can miss us with that shit too. So it's a bunch of lies, and everybody that can hear her voice knows that she's lying.
yeah.
They
Her
know. I
voice
mean,
and the way she speaks and pronounces words is very distinctive. So she can't hide shit,
no, no,
even under a
and
voice changer.
no.
Miss
That was
Hampton.
that was so funny. That was so funny. I'll never forget that. That was so funny. And there's people in this community that can strip that shit. Just so you know, it's been stripped for us before from someone else.
Yeah.
That we're not even going to bring that up. And exactly, Ro. I hope so, because that dude, she wanted to shit talk Annie about Debo. Well, excuse me, sweet cheeks. You don't even miss a beat. The guy's over there missing a lung, and you're just, are you okay? Every now and then, she wants to give him an allergy pill. How about an X-ray?
Ah,
Let's do an X-ray instead of an allergy pill and make sure that dude doesn't have like tuberculosis or something. What the fuck? So, I mean, it freaks me out. I'm sorry. Every time I hear the poor man cough, it's just like, and I'm sorry. I don't have sympathy for him. Don't get me wrong, because he's an enabler in all this mess. He knows she's lying and he lets her get away with it. One of these
Mhm.
days, I would just love for him to look at her and go, bitch, what the fuck? You know? So I'm sorry.
Well,
He's got
yeah.
his own
I
bed
mean,
in this.
I don't know why when she was teetering to 500 pounds, why he didn't just pack his stuff and the dogs and leave. What was she going to do?
Well, and that's the age old question here. You know, everybody has surmised all different kinds of scenarios, but there is something there. There is something that she either has over him,
Oh, I'm sure.
or there's a reason for it.
And he's
There's a
probably an
reason.
illegal. That's why she disavows him living with her.
Yep.
Him, it's just like, what? Just in case
Right.
the who's listening, I don't think immigration is watching YouTube.
I doubt it.
Or maybe they
They've
are.
got
I
bigger
don't know.
problems. They've got bigger problems right now. I don't think
I
they're
think so.
watching YouTube, and any of them for that matter. You know. So she's like, it's over. Yes, it is over. But, and she goes, I'm going to appeal that and get that. And I think the word she was looking for was expunged off her record. She doesn't know that term. No, sweetie. If you look at Kathy's screen, you pled guilty. It doesn't matter if you want to try to throw in no contest. That's what no contest means. Guilty. Guilty. And you can't take it back. You are
Yep.
not allowed. You signed papers. It's right up on the screen. And excuse me again, it's public record. If you don't like us looking, if you don't, then
Don't
don't
do
do the
bad
crime.
things.
Yeah, don't do bad things that
So,
can come back.
yeah,
And
so the X says is a plea bargain case, and the defendant has no right of appeal. So all her talking about, oh, I'm going to appeal this and I'm going to win. No, you signed. You signed it right on the bottom there. You see? Right there. And there's old Mr. Duckworth also.
right, right. Because at some point he found out, or somebody found out, I think when she had to plead out guilty, you owe money now. So she had to pay him something, which was 350
Mhm.
bucks, which any other normal lawyer, that's probably like an hour worth of their time, of a good lawyer, anyways. So, you know, stop. You pled guilty. You
Yep.
cannot take it back. Nobody forced you to do it. That's what you chose to do because your lawyer went, dude, you're screwed. Plead the guilty, take the L, and now you are done. But be known that this shit's on your record. So if she keeps on with munching, all she has to do is contact them and go, you know what? Here's my evidence, and there's plenty of it. She will go directly to jail. There won't be any question.
Mhm.
And she wants to deny that, she can deny it all she wants. But no, everything was public record. Yeah, now there were some misconceptions, like there aren't any fines. It said fines 0. But it says attorney's fees 350.
Yeah.
Court costs 270. Filing fee 20 bucks.
Mhm.
And I do believe when I looked a while back, she had still owed money in the tune of, it's like 400 bucks. And I don't know if that was to the bail bondsman, but something she still owed 400 some bucks. And so I'm like, well, girl, you don't pay that shit in a timely manner, you're gonna sit behind the bars too, princess. And I did catch this, and oh, I chose the pink and white stripes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Girl,
yeah.
you did choose the pink and white stripes when you committed the crime. They don't let you go, oh look, do you want blue? Do you want orange? Do you want pink? What do you want today, sweet pea? No, honey, they give you a thing and go, here, put it on. And I hope you
Mhm.
got deloused and everything else because you would have needed it, trust me. Ooh, Lord help me.
And yeah, and little boots. I kind of suspect she did without any proof. This was out of her own mouth. Oh, I would say about 5 months ago. She was on a drug fueled rant, and she said, and that's not how 5150s work. First they have to do this, then they have to do that, and I'm going, sounds like somebody's had some experience. So so
Right.
other than that, that's the only comment I can give on there because I don't know for sure. But she tells on herself often, so
Yes, she does. Yes, she does. And yeah, that exactly is that's very common. I think a lot of times too, you'll see in pictures it looks like they're wearing like a cape when you go to the beauty shop. They cover your shirt with like a little plastic cape. But everybody is the same. You don't go in and go, gee, what should I pick today? No, sweetie, that's not how it works. And if you look at that, it was published. When she got arrested, the first arrest was a felony arrest. And then while she was under custody, they charged her with the harassment charge as well. It clearly says it in the arrest thing that they put up. She was was arrested on this day, and it goes to say, the whole little paragraph with her little mugshot and her little pink and white stripe, and then it says at the same time she was also picked up for harassment charge. And the harassment, which they did change that at one point, because originally I do believe it was a class C misdemeanor, and the last I looked, they had changed it to a class B misdemeanor, which is a little bit level up, which is a little bit more serious. So yes, she could, with a class B misdemeanor, she could have gotten jail time with that. It's not likely, but you're more likely to, with a class B, you're going to get fines and probation. And it wouldn't surprise me that with this, and she did plead guilty and it was harassment, there is some sort of term that's going to be on her record. But again, hey folks, if you're getting harassed by her, sign it up, because that'll be the last nail in her coffin and she'll be gone for a little bit. So hey, Kala, hey.
There's numbers and filing numbers, her name, her date of birth, everything is out there, so for you to make it an easy process.
Exactly. And Yep, it's already happened. So again, if it had been dismissed, it would have been a little bit different. But no, you pled guilty. So this is a conviction. This is just like, you can't take it back. Like she thinks, oh, I'm going to appeal it. No, you can't appeal it. There's already paperwork proving you can't appeal it. But again, this is going to be on your record forever. And to me, I just she tried to say the other day, this was priceless. Yeah, I emailed him 20 times. Girl, yes, you did. And it's not because you did not know. There were many conversations, and we have clips of all of them.
Yes,
where she's calling remember when she was in that in the hospital that last time, and she's calling detectives because she was desperate to find out if she had, first of all, if they were even, because they all thought, both her and the other dummy thought, that it was fake. Oh no, there is no such person as this guy. No, this is fake. He's not a real cop. No. Was surprised. Yes, he was. And she was calling from the hospital to try to, well, what about this and what about this? And the one cop told her on the live, if you don't stop, you are now impeding an investigation and you can be charged. I can't believe she was dumb enough to stream that live. So again, you knew that you weren't supposed to be contacting them. They told you not to. And he even, because again, when the case progressed, The one officer wasn't on the case anymore. It gets escalated up to other people. So he wasn't even on the case anymore. And he told her that. Don't email anymore. I'm not even on this case anymore. Well, I guess however many, 22 emails and some phone calls later. Yeah, that's why and it's all right there. That's what I love. All that paperwork has the case numbers, and all you've got to do is look it up for yourself.
Yeah.
It's not hard. And it's public record. Hey, Bud Files. Hey, Taylor.
So, in her desperation in the last few days, she has decided to become a React channel. She got all her dollar store wig on, and the same tank top she's been wearing for the last week. I see you.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And her luxury background, her nude abode.
Oh, I love that, actually.
Yeah,
It's
me
like,
too.
yeah. Yeah. And when I saw it, I've seen so many other people use it on. As soon as I saw it, I'm like, oh, yeah, the famous backgrounds. Okay, I love it. And, girl,
And,
please.
and she was
Not that.
still trying to keep herself level and speak, but
And
her
so her face didn't fall out of the filter.
Lord, yeah. Sometimes she'd move out of frame and her chins would appear, but she does that all
Yes,
the time.
that's true.
But here on the screen is her trying to insert herself in Tragic's community, trying to gain attention from Gaining Ground and Charlie Gold and Belinda and Angry Pistachio and Anna Nicole for some reason. Like, and what do you think these people are doing?
Right.
Let's run over and see what she's got to say. Well, she doesn't say anything, but I
No.
found this amusing. Um, how she's got all the receipts, people. She's got all the receipts. No, she doesn't.
No,
Because
because she's never shown one yet.
sat
Just
through
never
that.
shown any.
I sat through that horrible react thing she did on the Gaining Ground, and and I'm waiting for the receipts, waiting. She had nothing.
Yep. No, she doesn't.
No.
She always says, do you want me to put that up? And I'm like, yes. Yes,
Yes,
please.
we
Yes.
would love to see your evidence that you haven't fudged with. So anyway, let's take a look at this.
I
She
agree, Lil
starts
Boots.
off. Yeah, she starts off. Um, oh heck, here we go. Um, Oh, I'm sorry. That's see, I'm very disorganized today because I was listening to Yaba's stream, so I didn't get everything um organized. And being ADHD, you know how that can be. Let me try and get to the first part of
That's
that.
okay. I'll entertain the crowd with my madness. Oh my God.
Okay. Keeping the same in. Okay. I pled guilty. Whoops. Share tab. That helps. I pled guilty because I was guilty of the charge. Okay. Again, you look stupid because you made up a scenario that doesn't exist surrounding my harassment charge. Huh?
I know.
What
Exactly.
scenario?
Well, and didn't she try to claim that didn't have anything to do with the other case? Yes, it
Mhm.
did. That was directly because of the other case.
Yes.
That was a direct consequence of the other case.
There's
And
a charge states as follows: as the officer was informed by say person. Now, I don't know what a say person is. I've read through this several times, and she uses that word. And
isn't that weird community post that was like a book that she put up, and she was like, say this, and I'm like, huh? What the fuck
yeah,
are you
that's
talking
the other one
about?
I've got up. That dress addresses me specifically. Um, and the officer continued after say email to cease contact, and 20 emails was received in total. So yes, You're telling everybody that, yes, you did harass that officer. That's why the charges were leveled at you.
Right.
You,
And
lady, made up a report that doesn't exist. I'm reading the end of this letter. Um, it doesn't exist, in which you tell on yourself. What?
I know, huh? Who did you tell on yourself about? I mean, it
Yeah.
makes no sense.
The dismissal is a felony. My charge that was commit was stated above. And why should I take it to trail? It is what I did. Okay. I,
I know.
I,
And I think,
I
did she take that down? Because I'm not seeing it.
no, no, this is screenshotted. All of it was screenshotted
Okay, because it's
by
gone now,
I
I
by
think.
others that when you were not not there.
Right.
Okay, so let's see. I gotta find you. Okay, I think that's the second part of it. Uh, sorry.
And
Oh,
like Calla said, yes, she has finally found her people. Praise Jesus. You know, uh, until, and I love it that, last time the other communities used her because she was mentally ill and they used her as a pit bull. Okay. And
oh,
so
bye.
what is that what's going to happen this time too? I mean,
Huh. Exactly. What did
exactly.
the heck and heck did I do here?
And I don't even know all of them. I know of them. I know their names. I know kind of what's going on
Oh,
from
I
the
know it.
past. And again,
Mm-hmm.
th- that's how she got the name, she whose name shall not be mentioned. And I called it. I came in on the end of that when all of a sudden she's all mad. I'm on Monday going, what the hell happened here, people? And it's just like I even think I popped into one of your lives for a second, and I guessed it right away. I'm like, oh, let me guess. Somebody accidentally said her name. Because that's all it takes. And then I heard the clip and I heard Gigi just kind of go, oh, like, oh, fuck, you know, because this is what happens, and they had a legitimate reason for bringing up her name. So, and all it was an example of what you're dealing with. Yes, if something happens in the community, we want to look into it. We want to make sure we have our facts straight before we talk about it. That's kind of how Kathy and I do things. We want to make sure what we're saying is true. So we double check and make sure. And a lot of people like, did you hear that? And I'm like, yep, I heard it. So, we're making sure the shit that we've heard ourselves or that we can look up and see.
Yep,
And,
exactly.
so her name was legitimately brought up as an example. So again, all that tirade and bullshit because somebody went, Alana. And girl, excuse me, I'm going to strike everybody that says that and has my name. Girl, do you know how many people are named Alana on the planet?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good luck with that. I'm
Exactly.
waiting. I will clutch my pearls on the front porch waiting because that is the most stupidest shit I've ever heard. And I've heard a lot of stupid shit come out of her mouth. Because again,
Exactly.
why is she getting her knickers in a knot when anybody that says anything has just repeating things that she has told everyone? This shit came out of her mouth, not ours.
Sure did. So she wants to she doesn't another lie I will dress only once. Say people are using the harassment case in false narrative. It was never about says community. Okay, here's a says again. And at
Right.
no time was says community. Is she trying to say said community?
Yes.
Oh, she's
Yes.
trying to sound legal. Oh my
Right.
god.
Right.
Okay. All right. All right. Thank you.
And,
It just clicked in.
For me to get through it, I had to read it that way because I was getting so fucked up on the says shit. I finally just read it how it was supposed to be. I'm like, I got through it that way.
Okay, all right. So I'll try. Said community has GG and clan. Uh, Actually, that's with a C. Believing that false narrative about my harassment case, and it was the felony I got arrested for. Yes, we know that.
Yes.
Kathy
Yep.
C lies.
Yep. No.
Again, this is a lie. At no time when I was contacting the said investigator was it about this said community or on anyone, nor was this about any bullshit drama on the YouTube streets.
Huh?
Exactly. Look at what the felony states as to what the false claims are. There was no false claims.
No, they don't arrest you on might be's and what somebody else says.
Again, Glory B has pushed the narrative that all legal matters was about this said community, and my arrest was due to me harassing this said community. Ooh. People in the gaining ground community, as well as other communities in connect to him, has spread Glory B, aka Kathy C, lies.
Huh?
Again,
I know. I'm like totally lost at this
uh,
point. I mean,
yeah.
she's trying to if you don't, if she can't guise over it, then she's going to try to baffle you with the bullshit, is what that is. You know,
Okay. Yeah, well,
because
she baffled me, that's for
I
sure.
just baffled me too. But keep going. You're
The
on a
said,
roll.
the said community has pushed a false narrative that the harassment case was about them, and I was going to found guilty of the harassment against them. Not me. I never leveled any charges against you.
Nope. We were only evidence
Uh,
providers.
yeah. Said community claims some false accusations. The alleged accusations was that I illegally obtained medical records. Well, you did.
You did. Yep. Yep.
Just
Hey, a
because the
truth. Oh
charges
God.
were dropped because of somebody's inability to do a follow through is not our fault. That I fraudulent you say medical records that place said medical records on social media. Well, you did. That was never on. So oh, fuck off. That I
I know.
I misrepresented said medical records back in October of 2022. On January 26, 2023, I was okay. Let me find the other one. Like I said, I'm sorry, I'm so disorganized.
Okay.
Okay, let me. Boom, boom.
We're here for it.
Oh, there. I think that's it. On false allegations. Yeah,
How did
accusations.
you
Sorry.
push false narratives? That's the one thing I'm confused about too. Like, huh? What was
Yeah,
false about anything that was said? Okay.
I know. Okay, on the false accusations. On April 18th, it was found that the accusations were false, or it was
No.
misrepresented on plaintiff by half.
Okay.
Okay. It was found that said records was already on YouTube, and the spreading of the medical records was done by plaintiff via video on his now terminated channel. This resulted in the dismissal.
No, but okay.
No,
Nice
yeah,
try.
no, but okay. Briefly, the person in question, the plaintiff she's talking about, thought she was a nurse and
Yep.
shared privately, although it was social media, it was in the private DM, his medical records. When they had a falling out, she used that against him and published them and shared them.
Yep. Yep. And she sat on that for a while.
She did.
She sat on that for a while because I kind of remember this beef. And yeah, she sat on that. Well, just like with you, when you got in some incidents with her, And, I love that all of a sudden there's all these strikes against you and she doesn't know anything about it. Oh, those must be old. No, they're not.
Uh,
And so thank goodness we're like, that was an accident, right? And she's like, yes, I'll go fix it. And she took them back. And, but she tried to run with the narrative that I don't know, but the long story is on that one, when on another, when we did the 4-person thing and you played it,
mhm.
she struck you for it.
Yes.
And at first we were just like, hey, I mean, she even sent, and I have this, she sent threatening messages saying, well, do you really want to fight me? Because this is how they work. Do you really want to fight me? Because I will get your personal info if you do.
Mhm.
And it's very plain. And I mean, how against TOS can that be? Hello? So that's exactly what she did. You weighed that and went, yeah, okay, but you know what? This is bullshit.
Yeah, and I
And
took the hit for that.
you
And
did
she
because,
actually, when she got really mad at me, used it as a weapon.
yep,
But
and
I
she had that
knew
for a
she was
while.
going to do it eventually, so I
Yep,
took preemptive measures.
exactly.
And so and she still floats it out there, and things have changed, so it's no longer an issue for me. And that, you know what? It never was. I mean, when she first did it, I there was no blowback. So, I'm a very small channel. I haven't
I
made
know.
any enemies other than her and maybe one other person. What can I say? So anyway, uh, at no time was any of this due to do with said community or other people, nor was it due to harassment of them, as Glory B, aka Kathy C, lies about. It was submit to trial jury or trail jury, sorry, and entered there was no basis to claims against me, and all charges were dropped. No, they weren't dropped. Not all charges, but maybe, yeah. Well, he did drop them, I guess. During
Right,
the
only because they didn't
investigation,
have enough evidence.
yeah, I was trying to get the investigator to see what the true, I mean, I think she meant truth was, and my innocence on this felony case. I overlooked an email that was sent to me by said investigator. I don't think you
Mm-hmm.
did. That told
Mm-hmm.
me not to contact him any longer or no longer. I continued to email him about said felony case in this picture. Now the thing about that was that investigator was investigating you.
Yep.
So he wasn't just a general investigator trying to gather information. He was investigating you. He was not on your side. So her mindset was, well, I'll just keep contacting him, is baffling to me.
Well, exactly. I mean, she knew that she wasn't supposed to be communicating with him. Because
Hmm.
even when she was in the hospital trying to find, I mean, she was hell bent. Finally, she was listening to the other one convince her that, oh, this is all fake. Don't even worry about it. This is stupid. This is bullshit. So she was listening to the other one and getting built more and more and more built up.
Right.
So and then all of a sudden she started to wonder, well, maybe this is something going on. And so she started calling places trying to find out because she was stressed about it. So as she's calling places, and she did, like I said earlier, she did it on a live stream and got
Hmm.
this one cop, and he's just like, well, you aren't even supposed to be contacting anyone. And if you do, it could be considered interference in an investigation. She goes, and she was getting, they were using terminology on her that she was not understanding.
Yeah.
She was wanting to know if there were charges against her. No, at that time, we knew behind the scenes that they were just waiting for the judge to sign it. That's
Yeah.
what was being waited for, was the judge to sign off on it. And so when he did, that meant then the warrant was issued. But until then, there was just an investigation, but
Mhm.
there was no charges yet. So she was getting the terminologies mixed up. So, and I have this, and God forgive me. I am so sorry, Lord, forgive me. But I caught that part where she's calling and she finally gets the right bail bondsman. It took 3 tries to get the correct bondsman. Can you look up to see if there's a warrant for my arrest? Girl, I love it. I listen to it. It's
Oh.
hilarious. Fucking crack me up. Let me call Carlos. So they're like, okay, how nice of you. Good, call him. But so she was finally getting nervous enough because people were behind the scenes leaking that there was indeed now finally a warrant.
Mhm.
Because now none of us did it, but other people clearly knew, and because it is public record, you could go look it up.
And then
And
just prior to that, Kate, is when she bombed that N-word at the
yeah,
dispatcher. Remember, she went
yeah,
to the courthouse. They wouldn't answer her questions, so she went back to the car and phone dispatch.
yep,
They were going, nothing in the system yet. And
right,
yeah, and then I'm going to sue Texas. I'm going to sue the city. I'm going to sue the DA. And the dispatch, oh, God bless her, started, oh, would you like the number 2? You know?
exactly.
And
Oh,
she
that was
oh, yeah.
priceless,
So she rage hung up
honestly.
on the dispatcher, and then the foul racist language.
Oh
Um,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
And she's
and that was a
still to
skit,
this
but yet,
day is saying that it's a skit and it was all made up.
right, right.
No.
But yet, remember, she marched herself into the police station and confronted some cop. Well, I just got off the phone with an officer and she told me, oh, is that the same officer that you just called the N word
With a hard
in a
R?
skit?
Hmm.
Exactly. So, she screws herself over. But, we all heard it. We all knew that's what she did. And you can't run it back. You can't run it back. And it's all we all have it for posterity. Exactly, Kate. It was a stick, but that stick ended up going up her ass. Is what happened.
Anyway, it was a total mistake on my behalf because, again, I was overlooked the email stating not to contact him and the harassment.
Mhm.
I pled guilty and walked away from it with no lasting prevision. I think she means provision. Because, again, it was not that serious. Other than the charge being on my record, I can get it removed off my police record in 2 years. No, you can't. As far as I can tell by the paperwork.
No, I don't think so. And
Yeah.
unless you want to try to have a specific reason for it to be expunged, you need a lawyer and all that, and it's not cheap. So,
Hmm. People on here, as you know, lie. Lying nose emoji and laughing emoji, but was not in person to hear what was in the harassment case and not at any court proceeding. I encourage you to look at what the truth is and not false narratives placed when the truth is in front of you. Yes, we do know because all of the court, what was said in court, all the charges, all the evidence was
it's
published.
right there. It's right there in front of us. So,
Yeah.
I mean, what's she
Yeah,
not getting?
I know.
Oh, no. I mean,
So,
that's what I'm saying. She knows, like I told her a long time ago, girlfriend, get you a notebook and write your shit down because
mhm.
you do not remember what you say from moment to moment. I mean, when I can go back to, and this was so funny, I still talk about this because I think it was just so stupid. She's reacting to one of these lives and she's listening to the live. She's listening to us speak and yet couldn't repeat it correctly even then. And I just was like, seriously, you're listening to us speak. You're pausing it. And I love how she likes to pause just in the right places, and then skip a little bit and start back up again. I love that.
Yeah,
But
yeah, yeah.
it's just like, girl, stop. You not even, you're listening to the conversation we're having and you still can't repeat it correctly. That's frightening. Ah,
Yeah, Jay, we know that there's conspiracies and plots all abounding in her private life, which will result in nothing.
Oh,
So,
exactly. And you can pretty much call that. That's, she's kissing booty to try to think, okay, I'm going to make him think that he's my friend so I can get stuff. That's the same old typical woman. That's how she rolls. That's how she does things.
yeah.
So again, I'm going to sit back with my popcorn and be totally thrilled. Because if anybody, like we told him the first time when she started getting, comfy with Negs, take her, please. You can have her. No take backs.
Yep,
Can't. We
Tragic.
don't want it back.
God bless you. You take her.
Amen. Yeah. I mean, we'll give her a little knapsack with some snacks and bye,
Yep.
bye. Because that's all we have ever wanted. I mean, I love how she still presses the mental illness factor. And it's just like, stop. And oh, and excuse me, I hate to point this out, but on your paperwork, you might need to go back and correct some of your paperwork, sweetie, because when they claimed your race, they put white. So,
Mm-hmm.
gosh, oops. So maybe there just wasn't a box to check Dominican Republican. I'm sorry. I don't know. But you might want to kind of tend to that
Yeah.
one just a little bit. They look at those
Just a
things.
little bit. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just a
Just
mistake
oops.
on their part.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
clearly you're mixed race. Clearly.
Yeah. And so again, there's just so many things. And I love too where, people were bringing up, because again, it's public record.
Mm-hmm.
All the forms that you signed were entered into public record. Your bond agreement, your financial agreement. So you can spin any kind of narrative you want. And I do have to say this, and I'm not attacking your size, okay? Your crooked wig doesn't have anything to do with your size, okay? But honey, the wig doesn't belong that far back on your head. You need to go back and kind of look at yourself, kind of like with them brows. But again, you know, you need to do everything correctly. And that's all I can see. It's like before with the smile, all I can see is the Joker mouth. I'm sorry. Again, dear God, I apologize, but it's my opinion. It's just me. And I can't look away. It's just like, oh. So again, when you're doing your makeup and stuff, darling, please kind of pay attention to because I mean you're the reason that we have to put instructions on the shampoo bottle. I'm so sorry.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
I mean,
Or ladders. Have you noticed ladders? They're almost covered in warning stickers
yeah,
because people do the stupidest things. Anyway, off topic.
I know. Exactly. I mean, it's exactly. And but she will spin any narrative to try to put it off on her. But again, if Tragic wants her, more power to him.
Mhm.
You know, hey, go
But
for it.
as I understand it, he is only really interested in people that can give him clout and money.
Right. But if
So
that's your
she
idea of
has
clout,
neither.
that's kind of scraping the bottom, isn't it?
Yeah, well,
I expected more from Tragic than to think Alana as clout.
yeah, exactly. It
So
is.
yeah, I think he
So,
can do better without that kind of clout, to be honest. But and it's going to be good too because one wrong move, and they know this. They know what they're dealing with. One wrong move, and that's all it's going to take. So her foot's already in the door, and it's already been amusing. I watched part of a live that there was yesterday, and God love her, she was trying to keep up. And other people popped in that they knew, and it tried to talk to her, which I thought was funny. But you know, she's trying to catch up with the narrative of what the conversation is. She can't read the room at all. She really can't. And so they're talking about other stuff, and she's chimes in, and they're like, no, from what I gather, because I don't think I had the sound on very much. What I gather, it was incorrect. And she, oh, my bad. I thought they were talking about this. I'm like, yeah, because
Yeah,
dummy,
yeah,
you
yeah. I
can't
saw that.
listen. Yeah, can't listen. That's why. So I mean, if that's his idea of contribution, it's going to be the same as what was the original time she was in that community, in which was she's a little pit bull. Everybody knows it. And that's
Yeah,
what she likes to think. But now I'm sorry, she's been neutered. So she's bad news. And if anybody wants to keep her, more power to them.
yeah.
More power
But
to them.
I think, and she's trying to wedge herself into Charlie Gold's community, and she's been resoundingly rejected there. She's tried before. They know what she's like.
Well, exactly. That's just it. There's people in other communities that are just like they're trying to send out their fair warning, and it's like, honey, shut up and sit down. You're tamponing right on in because you have no clue of what you're talking about.
Hmm.
All these people. That's why I just laughed my ass off when she tagged all these people, and I'm like, girl, you do realize that all them people have known you for years now, and
Yeah,
you are the
and she
entire.
has.
Yeah.
I mean, some
And
of them even accepted her. Sorry, Kate, and then found out. Okay, no, I don't think so, and they just froze her out. I mean, nobody talks to her in the chat. If they do, they don't know her history, but they sure will.
oh yeah, they will. Yeah, they
Yeah.
will. Because if she has any kind of information, she's filing it away and
Hmm.
we'll use it later. And again, they all know that. That is why that she has always been nicknamed she whose name shall never be mentioned.
Yeah.
And that's why I knew when all this started, I'm like, let me guess, wild guess, someone said her name. So it's like,
Oh,
oh my
who
God,
could it
somebody
have
said her name.
been? Who could it have been? An Appalachian, I believe, mentioned her name briefly and unleashed a shitstorm.
Right.
You know,
Exactly.
just,
But
yeah,
she's changed. But she's changed. She's changed, Kath. She's changed.
she's
She's
sane.
changed.
She's sane.
Exactly.
She's
Exactly.
got a certificate saying she's sane.
I know, Little Boots. If this is the real Little Boots, I heard that and I just died laughing. Kate is not Kate. Little Boots is not Little Boots. And our beloved little Fraggy is not Fraggy. I'm like,
Yeah.
huh? I meant to ask about that sooner too. I'm like, what the hell is she talking about? What? So, they just, and Kate, that's just a frightening thought. Oh my God, it's a frightening
Well,
thought.
he does because he said on a live that he thinks 15-year-old pregnant girls are hot. So
Who
yeah,
said that? Did he say that?
tragic, tragic.
Oh, dear Jesus. Well, now I know why there's a record, so never mind.
Hey, I hear Simons needs or Simmons needs new people. You could try over there, Alana.
True. Because it is so funny that she's trying to insert herself in people that full well know her history.
Mm-hmm.
And they full well know that she has not changed. She's gotten worse. And I believe, didn't her paperwork say that she was found reliable to stand trial if need
Yes,
be?
her insanity bits. Um, how did they say that in court? She was found fit to stand trial, so she couldn't use her mental illnesses.
Right, right. She was deemed competent.
Competent,
She was
yeah.
deemed competent. And that's not easy to do because sadly, I'll put it a little bit out there. As a family, we are going through that with a family member.
Yeah. So
Yeah. And it's very difficult. So, again, she said that she's been hospitalized several times. I would like to think that's true, but I don't think it is. I don't think it is. When
No.
she fake died on us, and the way she came back from that was um after, because there were people that were genuinely upset, and we've repeated this story so many times it's ridiculous. But the only reason Candy called was to find out if she had died, and then we were going to send flowers. We really truly were going to be dumbasses and send flowers if she really died. But we're all going, she was last on Kiwi Farms 50 minutes ago. The dumbass isn't dead. I'm like, that's what I thought, and
Yeah.
too many people were getting these emails, and they actually, this Facebook page, let me just chime in on this Facebook page just for a second here. She tries to say, well, they put up pictures of people I don't even know. Well, then, sweetie, you're following strangers on social media. That's kind of creepy.
Yes, it
And
is
I believe,
actually.
and so if those aren't your children, then you're a creepy bitch because you're following them on social media. And when you fake died, you changed your channel description like a zillion times. Because again, I have the screenshots of them. And then you would come in and say crazy stuff on different accounts that we knew were you. Plus, you sent several creators a message under someone's name saying that, well, she got killed in a car accident after having a heart attack, after having seizures, after having weight loss surgery. I don't know. Me, I deleted it and laughed and went, she ain't dead. So other people were freaking out too, and they were getting this. And so after we did our homework, we couldn't find anything out. Of course, we knew she wasn't dead. We had the live stream. We were going to have a wake. Okay. And the wake was for us.
Yes.
The wake was for us. We were going to have a wake, talk about her, have fond memories and fond chuckles, and have a couple of beers and go, see ya. Don't let YouTube hit you in the ass
Yeah.
on the way out of our side. And that got bent all into shape that we were trying to kill her and trying to push her to do this, push her to do that. I've got the clips of that. It's like, put it up. Put it up. And please, not the chopped shit that you tried to put up. I mean, that was hilarious, by the way.
It
And we all
was.
knew that was chopped together. So again, then nobody talked about her. It all went away. We're like, oh, okay. Well, okay. She's gone, guys. What can we do? Okay. I'm over it.
And then we stopped talking about her. And that, I
Exactly.
think, we lasted, what, 2.5, 3 weeks
Yeah.
before
I mean, because
she fired up alive and,
right. Right. And it's on Kiwi Farm somewhere because it wasn't very long. I don't know if she did a video or if she did a live real quick because it's hard to tell. Half the time she'll go live for 2 seconds, say something, and delete it. And you're like, oh, okay, well, whatever that was, it's gone.
Mhm.
I don't know if it was only a few minutes long. It's like 7 minutes. And, she's in her wig and everything looking good. And she's looking at the camera and she's trying to be, oh, well, I'm coming back to let you know, yes, I really didn't die. I felt this, I felt that. And we're like, oh, I'm sorry. Did we all quit talking about you and forget you existed?
We
That's the
moved
only reason
on.
she's back. That was it. That was it.
That was
So,
it.
oh, and yes, shall we discuss the exit sign that's still quite prevalent?
In her
Really?
domicile, her
Mm-hmm.
stink box.
Right. Because, well, it's so funny because she gets so pissed off trying to prove this and prove that. Look here, look this, look this, look this, look at this. That she's showing her environment again. And so if you don't want us to talk about what your environment looks like, don't show it to us.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah,
and
and
again,
like Little
no,
Boots has just said, she really upset a couple of people, and Annie Janney was one of them that made a memorial video for her. She was truly
exactly.
upset.
She was, because Annie thought she was a nurse. Annie thought she was a fellow nurse.
Yeah.
And we finally very quickly went, yeah, no, darling, no, Annie, come back. Let us talk to you, sweetie. And so, no, because, and that's the one thing, that's how Annie is. Annie's just accepting of everyone. She, sure, we all have our days, but she is a sweetheart. She really is. And, she tried to even help Alana. This is up on Annie's Ask a Nurse.
Mm-hmm.
And, I love that, this has all been years. No. All this started with you. Oh, they accepted me and they were all nice to me. Yeah, until you started lying to everybody and got caught. We knew you were lying, but it was getting caught at it.
Yeah.
And when you had the fake sleeve surgery, you got caught at it. And that was a big one. You got caught using someone else's picture. So that's what got you into all this mess. You couldn't just take the L and say, okay. And for whatever reason, there were people behind the scenes trying to give her every out on the planet.
Yes, that's true. And one of them was munching and chatting.
Yes, she was. She was like, look, just tell them you didn't have the surgery. Just tell them something happened. Because it was clear that, she uses every diversionary tactic. Look over here, but so you don't see this. Did you zoom in the picture? No, you don't have to zoom in the picture, sweetheart. You can tell side by side that the picture you posted was the picture from some woman that had a gastric procedure back in 2008. Then she sent in photoshopped pictures of stomach, and then she was stupid enough, and I still have this one too, because I'm like, you cannot be kidding me, right? And so you're trying to say that I'm this girl? And I'm like, huh? You just put up the picture of the girl that you stole, that you tried to Photoshop her stomach onto yours and stand there and take pictures and pose. And I was just like, oh, no. I said, you didn't just do. And again, that's what everybody says. And it's true. She tells on herself.
And
She
plus
tells
the
on
fact that
herself.
when she was trying to convince us all, um, she went and put on a bathing suit. And if you have incisions, you don't put on a lycra bathing suit to hold everything in. Because you got to pull it up over your stomach, and when you take it off, you have to pull it down over your stomach. So no.
Well, that's what she did with this last one too, where she was laying and posing and doing whatever and showing this and showing that. Okay, all you did was get you some Spanx and tuck that stuff in a little bit and let the rest not tuck in. So again,
Mm-hmm.
that's how
Yeah,
that works.
she's
Oh, but it's just like with the court stuff. Don't look over there, look here. No, we all looked it up because it's public information. And you are trying to what the old folks, since I'm 160 years old, I guess I can use this verbiage. You tried to gild the lily. You tried to come on alive and go, it's over, and it's still up. The court thing is still up. I love it. You can go back and listen to it. She glossed over everything. When I listened to that, I'm like, you're leaving a few little tidbits out here. Just a few little tidbits out, because we already knew. By the time she did that video, we'd already seen the paperwork.
Yep. Well, it just made it all the sweeter for us, because while she was, doing that, I was doing my video going, ha ha, you're like, look at this. And she didn't even notice for a day and a half that I had made that video. So whatever.
And it's funny too, because you get the bad rap between us.
Yeah.
You get the bad rap. I'm the one that posts a lot of shit when it came to the dog. I'm sorry. It's not normal for a dog to keep continually going in and out, especially girl dogs can hold it longer than boy dogs. So for that dog to have to go out and out in, out in, out in, and she didn't say the dog threw up. I heard it very clearly on a live stream. I'm sure somebody has a clip of it if they dare to
Oh,
release
I'm
it.
sure they do. Yeah.
Yeah, because she looked right at Carlos and said, well, she looked right at me and peed on the floor. And then she said it stunk. Well, that's what scared me. I'm like, oh, okay, this is not good. And because I will put my differences aside. If I know something and I feel something in my heart and it's for her animal, I'm the one that posted to her and tagged her, please, that's not normal behavior. Please have her see a vet. People were even going to pay for it. And how she took that was people being assholes. Oh, really? Let me get this straight. You have people in this community that are willing to help you and pitch in if we think the dog needs to see the vet. And there's people that are willing to cash app the vet and help you. She was offended. I'm like, well, there you go, people. That's the whole problem here. That's why she's got a husband coughing his lungs up. Well, they're not even married, but
Yeah.
a significant other coughing his lungs up that needs to go to a doctor.
I think
So,
that dog, I think Bella had a bladder infection because she forces those dogs to, not drink water. She doesn't give those dogs water because that means she's got to get up and take those dogs for a potty walk.
right, right. And her excuse to us was she couldn't control the one dog. That's all. I can't take it out because I can't control it. I can't
Why?
control that
Yeah,
dog.
yeah,
So, and if that's true, then okay, that's a problem.
yeah, exactly. Listen, when I was working, and I got the early morning shift. That my dog was walked for a solid hour to make sure she was, because dogs can hold it for a significant time. But I want to make sure she's comfortable as much as possible till I get home. And then I would after I got home, change my clothes, I'd take her out for another hour walk. It was just that's how when you got a dog, especially my type of dog was a part border collie, and a working dog that
Exactly.
isn't exercised is a disaster waiting to happen. Yeah.
Yes.
hmm So that was my routine up until she died
Yep. Yep.
of
And
old age.
exactly. I know. And I just read what Rose said too. And that's about being a critter sitter. A lot of our clients we had a lot of what we call dailies. We actually went there daily. A lot of them were, yes, doctors, attorneys, stuff that they were very busy people. We went on if they were out of town, we went 3 times a day for dogs. I would be there at 6 in the morning, another few hours, maybe 1 o'clock, noon, something like that. Then we would go back again for an evening visit. And I would try to get that evening visit in as late as possible because I knew I would come back at 6 the next morning.
Right.
And had very few accidents ever, very, very few. And like I said, girl dogs can hold it a little bit longer than boy dogs can. And actually it's bad to have a male dog hold it. So,
Right.
but yeah,
Things.
I mean, and I even gave this advice before that if you have an animal that you're unsure about, then you put a muzzle on them. It's not that big of a deal. I've had several clients that had muzzles, and it's very easy to put on. You put them on. That way, you're not going to have a bite.
Yeah, and there are those big cage muzzles where it doesn't prevent the dog from opening its mouth and panting, and it's allows them to bark even too, but it won't let them bite or will
Exactly.
prevent a bite.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep. That's exactly. And they're not expensive. And for not having, she sits there and says, I've got all this money, but yet she's running around throwing money to subscriptions to people that she thinks that it matters. No, it doesn't. They don't care.
just take your money.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And that's okay, because they know exactly what they're dealing with, who they're dealing with, and what eventually will happen.
Jay, that's a
So
story you need to tell on your channel. Let me know and I'll be there. Yeah, good Lord.
I
Yeah,
can't say I'm
my dog would
shocked.
knows me out of sleep if she had an emergency.
Oh, exactly. They let you know. I mean, I think, I don't know if I put it up on a live or not, but I showed everybody behind the scenes. My niece that I was babysitting this past May, and I was missing lots of stuff. I mean, she was going on these 24-hour a day rants for entire weekends. I'm like, damn, I'm missing this shit. And but one, and she just, for some reason, it was the second night that I was there. And when they're routines, animals are routine, they get so used to a routine. And then her mom and dad were gone, off cruising wherever they were. And she's looking at me like, Aunt Kate, I gotta go. And she was up in bed with me. It was a big, huge dog. I'm like, girl, you hog the bed worse than cats do. I said, scoot over. But she woke me up at 4:30, and I'm like, do you know what time it is? And she looked at me like, yeah. I'm like, all right, fine, let's go. And you run her outside real quick, and this is at night, so I'm always right there because I don't trust coyotes or anything. And so she goes out, she comes back in, we went right back to bed, and life was good. And that was just that one night she did that. The rest of the time, we got in sync together, and she followed my hours. So it was all good. But that's just how they are, little things that go on that affect their days. Stress is funny. Animals can react to any sort of stress. And if we think it's, well, that wouldn't stress me out, but it does an animal. Any little thing can stress out an animal.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's just, I just don't understand what she didn't get. But again, she wants to be judgmental of everybody else. Well, honey, why don't you take your dog to the vet and your significant house elf to the doctor? Then come talk to me about anybody else. All she cares about is posing in front of that camera. And, girl, we used to joke around back in the day when we were making fun of somebody. We'd look and go, is my tan on straight? That's, we would be, and it was a joke. And every time I see her, that comes to mind, but I just go, is my wig on straight? No, it's not.
Well,
No, it's not.
going back to her professional react, and she preened in front of the camera for what, a good 2 minutes before she started.
The duck lips and stuff.
She was so fucking herself. It was.
Well, I
I
said that a long time
that's
ago.
what it.
I
That's
said,
what
I've
it is.
never seen anybody so high on themselves. It's like,
I
okay.
know, I know, I know, I know. I'm just like, oh my god, she's still under the impression that the bots listen for the first couple of minutes before you go on to thinking she can get away with all her vulgar language. Well, they
Right.
changed that
Yes, they did.
timing of that. They do it, like what, 5, 6 minutes into it, they check.
Yep.
But she's not monetized, so
Right.
it's okay.
But
I can say fuck and shit and cunt for a while until I hit my monetization, and then I gotta stop it. You know?
right.
Sorry,
Right.
everybody, if I offended somebody with that, but it's
Right.
just
Now that's my
the way
job, darn it. Stop it.
it
I'm the mouth here. But and
is.
that was funny too, because she sat there and touted that, she had this long conversation with MFW. No, I was there that day. So was Annie Janney, actually.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Well, Annie came in and said something that MFW was making crosses that she was selling.
Hmm.
And I'm like, oh, that would be cool. So I went over to look, and I think it was actually, it was one of the, I don't think it was her channel. It was somebody doing it for her. So I think it might have been Hussey. And she was showing different pictures. She was talking about it. Well, in comes, who wasn't supposed to be on YouTube, by the way. Excuse me. And I'm just going, oh, let me click, 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 screenshot, screenshot. And so I screenshotted the majority of her conversation. And all she did was come in wanting weight loss advice from MFW. And I'm sitting there thinking, going, okay, if you have these kind of questions, why aren't you addressing them to your doctor? Because finally she has admitted that everyone's journey is different. Because she was
Hallelujah.
doing, I know, because she's on all these, this rant that you can't have carbonation, you can't have this, you can't have that, I can't eat beef. That might be you, dummy, but that's not other people. One person, and you sure didn't have a hard time eating pizza. We watched you eat half a pizza one night right after your procedure, and I'm trying to think of how the hell you pulled that off. But okay.
Me too. And her patty melt and fries.
It really fries.
Sweet tea and
Yeah.
fries.
Oh, and God, I just saw a thing how they make the McDonald's sweet tea.
Ooh,
Oh Lord, they put a 4-pound bag of sugar in their 4 gallons of sweet tea at McDonald's.
iron flicks. Yeah? Flicks, I'm sorry, fix. 4 pounds of sugar.
Yes,
Oh,
goes in
Lord.
a 4-gallon thing of their tea. And it says if you Google whatever the sugar content is for a large sweet tea, they say no, it's way more than that, really. So again, and then she tries to tell everybody it's getting watered down. She's getting a half and half. Girl, like I
No.
said, I will purposely, no matter where my life takes me, come back in a year and a half and see if she's even around, which I'm sure she'll be a thorn in somebody's side. But again, if she weighed 160 pounds, she'd be on that camera every second. Every second. And from the
No.
videos that I saw, that's not 160 pounds. Now,
Oh,
please don't
no.
make
No, no.
Carlos wait, poor man.
She made
Stop
him
taking
stand
him
up
to
and say it.
Walmart. Because it's,
And if you're
that's
still,
him getting on that scale. It ain't her on that scale, it's him.
no,
Well,
no, it's
she's
him.
manipulating it as usual.
And she's still using a mobility cart.
Is she really?
She is still
Oh,
using a mobility cart.
Jesus. You
So yeah,
know,
the weight's going to come thundering back. We're just waiting.
oh yeah, exactly. Oh yeah, because well, I asked somebody behind the scenes not long ago because this bothers me. I just this is just me. This is just my opinion. I don't like watching other people eat. It's just that's just not my thing. I just don't like watching other people eat. And every time I tuned in, she'd be burping or farting or scratching, but mostly belching. I'm like, why is she belching all the time? Well, somebody finally came in and said, well, that's why she's overeating. So that's her stomach's way of telling her and sneezing. And, but her belching all the time is her body letting her know, stop eating. So again, I just, and why does she feel the need? Well, again, that's just an age-old stupid question. I just face palmed myself. Why is she lying? Dummy. Kate, what do you think she's lying for? Because if she can, I guess. But this is like, it just still floors me. Why? Why are you going to lie? Go for it, Kate. We need a report.
Yeah, yeah. Make sure you're staying at the Hampton Hotel.
Yeah, the La Quinta.
Yeah, yeah, the La Quinta.
The La
Ah,
Quinta.
like
The La
I hear,
Quinta.
I hear it's fine accommodations with an actual bathroom and shower.
Oh, I know. That was so funny because yeah, I was like, everybody was like, and because I didn't know, I had forgotten about, I thought for some reason that the court was going to be on the 16th because that's our anniversary. And I remember joking about that a while back. And then it was no. It was, she was going to this pre-trial thing on the 7th. And that's when she took the plea, was on the 7th. And
Yeah.
so that's why she was at the hotel with running water and everything else, because, where she's at with the exit sign, you know,
Mhm.
that's,
Well, she was dyeing her thinning locks and washing the stank off herself. Now, speaking of stink, there was that time she was blaming Carlos for not changing his clothes for weeks and gave her an infection. I think that was pretty much the other way around.
probably
That she wasn't bathing because she was so corpulently big, and they had no bathroom.
right.
And Fraggy had mentioned further up the chat there that she once showed how they took a shower, that one of those camping showers.
With a
So there
baby
was
pool.
a kiddie with the wading pool, and then the setup where they could, and I think Jay even mentioned that her idea of being hygienic was baby wipes.
Right. Right.
Yeah, so yeah, I don't think Carlos goes near you. And in fact, you probably gave him something. So
Right. And well, I think it's probably a joint effort, to be honest. You
probably,
know,
probably.
because how could one? I know if I'm not trying to say my spouse stinks, he doesn't. But when he works hard and he comes home,
He has a
sometimes he'll
manly
be sitting.
smell.
Yes, and I'll be like, "Hun, do you want to hop in the shower before dinner?" And he'll be like, "Oh yeah, honey, I'm sorry." And so he'll go up and take a shower. But I couldn't imagine that, because she's gonna smell. So wouldn't he'd have to say something. So, and either doesn't smell it because he smells too. I just don't get it. I don't know.
Or
It
they're
doesn't
just
make
so
any sense to
used to
me.
it. It's just so used to
That's
it.
probably, yeah. That's probably it. That's probably the better idea. That's the better way to term it, because I just could not do that. And I know she's gonna come on and call me all kinds of liars and whatever, but no, I'm not. So
Mhm.
nope.
I don't know. I don't know. She's all sorts of frantic and panicking and desperate and running from community to community to community, just like another. Never mind. I won't say anything. But you know what I mean.
I do, actually. I do. Um,
Because boy, oh
um,
boy, we see sightings.
yeah. Well, exactly, V. I don't know either. I this and how does she expect to cook healthy meals?
Yeah,
I
what
just,
happened to the George Foreman?
yeah, I something, because at least that's a healthy meal. You can go get a cheap air fryer and you can, oh my God, the stuff you can almost do everything in an air fryer. I hardly touched my oven this summer.
Hmm.
I just throw everything in the air fryer. It's so much easier. So, she
Sweetheart,
can,
V. She's been sitting on those same sheets for I don't know how long. And unless they've got spare money from their cigarette fund to go to a laundromat, I don't think they change the sheets.
well, no, because it would be him going to the laundromat. She would not bother.
Oh yeah, exactly.
She would not bother. And girl, yes, you did. I caught the tail end of that video when they were in Walmart looking at camping gear that day. And I caught the end of that video just before she stopped it. And it did stop abruptly. And I kind of was like, oh, well, that was abrupt. But then it sunk in what she said. And I think that she had a little wet fart accident.
Yeah, she sharded. She sharded
Yeah.
at the Walmart.
Yep. And that's exactly what she said, to the effect of yes. And then all of a sudden the live was over. And I'm like, oh, run for the bathroom. you know, So, yes, you did, honey. And again, we all heard it. I'm sure, like I said, I'm sure there's clips out there in posterity somewhere. So, stop. And I love that she thinks that just because it's not on her channel anymore or anywhere else, that it isn't archived everywhere. It's funny,
Exactly.
if you always ask me for
Same
these
with
videos, like, I've got them, but you can't have them.
one of her phone slips, or her live slips when she does it on the phone, um, caught a package of Depends bedside. It was very
Wow.
brief, but you could tell what it was.
Right.
So every time she starts calling us Depends and all that stuff, I just laugh because I know she's got a bag of them sitting by her bed.
Right. And
Yeah,
personally, oh, and I heard you aged overnight, girl. I heard you were like 67 now. Holy shit.
I am.
And
I just had my
I
62nd birthday a couple of days
I
ago.
know.
Stop.
Exactly. Exactly. And it's just like, and my husband looked at me and goes, "Well, you're 160, aren't you?" I said, "Touche."
I know. Me and my pet dinosaur.
I know. And I'm like, it's like, and again, I know it's not her strong suit, but again, sweetie, I wasn't born until the end of the 50s.
Hmm.
Wasn't raised in the 50s. I wasn't even born till the 50s were almost over, and the very end of the 50s, actually. So let's not
Okay.
go there. So, it's like, stop. And again, why is she acting like, you know, they don't work, they
Brand
don't
new.
do this?
Yeah.
We put our time in already, excuse me. So,
Exactly. Exactly. What exactly are you trying to? You're not some 28-year-old bombshell. You're a 45-year-old failure that lies in
exactly,
her bed all day. So you flexing that you're younger than us is not a flex. It's
exactly.
actually it actually is the
Embarrassing.
reverse. It's pathetic.
It's embarrassing. It's
Okay.
embarrassing.
That's your 40, you spend 45 years doing what? Sleeping
Right.
around, doing drugs, little stints in prison or jail, pardon me. Um,
Well, yeah.
lying on people. I'm okay.
Right.
I'm
And
jealous.
we get out and touch the grass. I just had to traipse around another major city for a week going, fuck, why me? But, it is what it is. And me, I had a wild hair at the beginning of this summer, which, hello, I paid the price too. They're like, come on, Kate, water ski. I'm like, oh, Jesus, no. I said, you guys, I haven't water skied in I don't know how long. They're, come on, come on, come on. So they talked me into water skiing. Oh, dear Jesus. I was up for like 2 seconds and face planted. I'm like, get me
I
back
did
in this
it
damn
once.
boat. Oh God. I'm like, no, no, no. We're done with those days. And I paid for I mean, just for a 2 second face plant. I paid for like a week.
That was me
My
on skis.
knee, oh, it was horrible. So I'm like, I'll stick to shopping and doing whatever. But even on my, like I said, and I meant this, even on my worst day, she couldn't even keep up with me dog sitting.
Oh no, not at all. She couldn't even
No.
keep up with me walking for 30 minutes.
Well, exactly. Like I think we were talked
Gasping.
about that not long ago. You walk on the treadmill for 30 minutes and it says, okay, you burned 50 calories. I'm like, what? Hell, fuck you. And then you go eat the damn cookie anyway. Shit. Oh, man.
Exactly. That's why, nah, don't look at the calories, look at the carbs.
Exactly. And oh, that's it'd be embarrassing for her, Lynn. Because again, all the stuff I've had. I mean, I just had my doctor's visit not long ago that my degenerative disc disease has progressed.
Oh,
So it sucks. That's just part of getting older. And, sometimes it's better. Some days I'm just miserable, other days not so bad. But I have never used a mobility, even when I had foot surgery. Even when I had foot surgery, I could have used the little scooter thingy. No. I'm like, they put that big ass boot on my foot, and I'm like, fuck it, I'll just get out with this damn thing on.
yeah. There are
And
just some things that when you grow older, like my body is not matching my insides. Like in my insides, I'm the same as I was in my youth.
same,
I
you know
swear
what?
like
Same
a
here.
sailor. I still like sex. Um, you know,
Amen. Shopping, you know,
shopping, going to see horror movies, you know,
exactly.
appreciating a
Exactly.
well-formed gentleman, you know, it's all yay,
Exactly.
you know. So unfortunately, the outsides don't match the insides. That's okay, but you know,
Yep, it just takes us a little bit longer.
it does. It does. Like getting on the floor and then getting back up is always such a treat. Things
I
pop.
looked at I looked at Winston the other day. I had to get down to do something. I think I was cleaning out crinkle toys from under the couch, and he was sitting there watching me, and I'm like, "These are because of you, you know." And he just looked at me like, "Yeah, I know." And so I'm time to get up, and I'm like, "Well, the least you could do is help me, you know." And he flipped his tail up and walked away. I said, "Thanks a lot." So that's the same here with me. If you want to do anything for me, my cats know that if you're going to the vet, the first thing they do is run from me and hide under the bed because they know mommy has a hell of a time getting down on her
Oh,
hands and knees and dragging my ass from out from under the bed.
yeah.
So, first
But
place they
then
go.
you're not going to put me in a mobility scooter until I simply cannot walk.
Oh,
You know,
amen.
any
Amen.
distance. I'm going to stay on my feet for as long as I can stay on my feet. So,
And well, and that's the most important thing. Any fitness person will tell you. You know, I mean, if you have a bad back, trust me, bad knees, the last thing some days I want to do is even have to move around.
hmm,
It's the last thing. And
yep.
seriously, I'm like, okay, throw some, and those days it's a 3 or 4 Advil a day. And you take your Advil, you brush yourself off, you fluff your hair up,
Yep.
smile, some
I was
lipstick,
going to say
and out
flip
the
your hair and
door.
check your nails, but that's
Yep.
not so good anymore today. Poor Lizzo.
I haven't heard about that. I heard a little bit,
Oh
but I'm going to
my
have to go check.
God. Uh,
Because I love her. I actually love her. So I hope she didn't do something crazy.
I
So,
think she did. I think she
uh
did.
oh. Uh
Uh,
oh.
that's
Well,
sad because I do enjoy those songs, those videos of hers.
oh, I do
When
too.
it
I love
first
her. I
came
think she's
out, I was
great.
always flicking my hair and checking my nails. So
Absolutely. Absolutely. So, I mean, it's just that that's what they're going to tell you to do is you may not feel like doing it, but that is imperative. Imperative. I mean, you know, my nephew just had open heart surgery
hmm,
and they're treating the kid like he's made of glass. I'm like, yeah, okay, I get it. The cardiologist said it is imperative for
and he
him
get up
to get up and move around and do things and walk.
because he's going to start throwing clots, and that's not a good thing.
Exactly. So, you know, I'm trying to get everybody to realize these things. And, you know, it's like I'm sitting there listening to the cardiologist and asking questions, and they'd all just look at me and go and ask her, you know. And
Uh,
I'm like, why am I the one asking all the questions and writing all this shit down? So I'm like, you know, listening to her, and I'm like, where were you guys? Were you guys at the same cardiologist meeting that I was? You know, because they're all acting like, you know, they're wearing little, you know, the hear no evil, see no evil, speak no evil shit. And I'm like, guys, they need him to get up and move around. Now, of course, he's not going to be carrying groceries and doing whatever and stuff, but he needs to, because I'm sorry, he's a little, you know,
slow.
beastie junior. He's a
Yeah.
little beastie junior. He'd be more than happy just to stay with his iPad in bed and sit there. It's like, no, dude, get up, you know. And so he really needs to be comprehensive and get up and move around.
Yeah.
And so that's been my big fight with these guys lately. And it's like, you know, no, the child's not going to be doing marathons, but
Well,
he does need
make
to
it
get up
clear,
and move
Kate, that
around.
yeah, you know you're not a nursemaid, so you're not going to, you know, nurse him when the mother is feeling all stressed and bothered.
Right, right, right.
I yeah.
And exactly truth. I did the same thing. I'm like, no, mm-mm, no. And the only problem with the boot that I had was the first time I had the boot. they had to give me like the taller boot. And every time I got up, she fit me for the boot, and I got up and I walked around. I'm like, ah. And she goes, where is it hurting? And it was right under my kneecap, and it was pushing my kneecap up when I took a step. And she goes, well, that's not good. And I said, well, yeah. And so eventually they tried to adjust it. They tried to do everything they could. No go. And she goes, can you live with it? And I said, nope. Because I said, I'm going to be honest. If I had to wear this boot and wear it like this, I'm not going to wear it. It's uncomfortable. So, and so we finally went back to the doctor, and they ordered me one that was just a little bit taller than the ankle boot, but not quite as tall as for the knee, the full leg boot. And I've made that one work. It took me a little bit longer, but I was a good girl. I did what I was supposed to do. So it helped. But she's right. You're not gonna, if I can walk through the store, I'm gonna do that. And those little carts, they just are frustrating to me. I don't. How do you shop from it? One lady, bless her heart, you know how when you're shopping and you happen to see some of the same people going up and down the same aisles you are. And there was one little lady, bless her heart, she's on a cart and she's having a hell of a time. And plus, people ask me anyways because I'm tall. So somebody will go, can you reach that? And I'm like, sadly, yes. Yes, I can. Yes, I can. So, and then I love people that climb the shelves to get shit. I'm like, oh, hell no, I'm not doing that. But, bless her heart, she was having such a hard time. I said, ma'am, do you want me to get that for you? And she goes, oh, honey, would you? And I said, sure. And so we're going down some of the same aisles, and she's kind of waiting for me, I think, as I'm coming down the aisles. So she didn't have to really get up and stretch because, when you really need the mobility cart, it's hard to get on and off the thing, you know? And so I felt bad for her, but I did. I kind of matched her shopping. I kind of figured out what was going on. And I'm like, okay, well, let me just kind of go along and I'll just pretend like I'm just don't even notice and I'll just get her what she needs. But so, yeah, the mobility carts are there for people that really need them. And it did used to burn my ass that they would just leave it out in the parking lot.
Yes. She did that a couple of times. She just got
Yeah.
off it, got in the car, and just left it there.
Yeah. And it's like, seriously, come on. So, no, my sympathies have long ran out for her. And, she can try to gild it over. She can try to say whatever she wants to say. The funny thing is, we all know. We all know you. And no previous community because you were never in this community, sweetheart. Let's be very, very clear about that little tidbit. You tried to bully your way into this community. People were nice to you in this community, but you were never a part of this community. So
No,
get that
I
straight.
like how she uses that word quite
I do
freely.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was
No.
never part of this community.
Right. And she wants to go back and blame someone else. This is all Gigi's fault. No, it's not, dumbass. It's your fault. It's your fault. He doesn't even speak on you. Never. Because he knows better. He doesn't want your bullshit.
And that clip she played, that was right smack in the middle of her harassment. Like he was on his last nerve.
You could tell. And I remember that live.
Me too. I was right there. I was going, holy shit, who is this? And then it suddenly occurred to me it was who.
Right. And you could tell that he had finally reached the point of, you know what? I'm done. Yep. I am done.
Mm-hmm.
And so you could see the frustration. And I was hoping that she was going to play all that shit because she wouldn't have been able to. She tried to spin it several different ways. And it's just like, they doxed me. They doxed me to Kiwi Farms. Well, if that wasn't you, then how did you get doxed?
Huh? She doxes herself.
Exactly. Oh, I've heard that.
For that. It was just, oh my God, she doxed herself again.
Exactly. And, it wasn't hard because, and again, I don't have to have a good memory. And I will tell you this. You don't have to lie. I mean, if you don't lie, then you don't have to have a good memory about what you've said.
Yeah. Exactly.
So she clearly doesn't remember half the shit she said.
And the stuff
And then
that
she
she
gets
does remember
pressed.
is pointless. It's doesn't do anything.
Right. Right. And they didn't have anything to do with what happened or our opinions. We got to form our own opinions firsthand with her. We saw firsthand what she was.
Yeah.
So nobody had to focus my opinion from anything. I figured it out for myself with interactions I had with her myself, where she attacked me, where she's attacked other people from this community. So, no, you can miss everybody with your shit because everybody already knows what you're like.
And you are the only one that ruined your own reputation. Nobody else did. And nobody um, has damaged your ability to earn or grow your channel. You did that.
That's
And
right.
you continue to do that. You don't monetize because either you're a bannovating channel or you're sane enough to realize what you put out there would have you yeeted from YouTube.
Oh, right. And I love that. And I hope everybody's refigured this out that this is what she dangles in front of you now. Hope nobody on any of the other places are going on a banned channel because she'll make sure you lose yours once you cross her.
Yep.
That's what she likes to do. She sticks stuff out there. Well, you are ban evading. You are a ban evading channel. Well,
Which his
yeah.
project channel is now a bannovating channel. So,
Uh-oh. I didn't
oh
know
yeah,
that.
I think he's got what twice he's got removed. If
Uh-oh.
I don't
Well,
follow
that's
him
only a matter of time.
anymore, I used to listen to him when he was supposedly enemies with Nags, and then it just weird things started making me uncomfortable about him. It was those overly feminizing filters he would use, when he had
Right.
pink cheeks and it would shave about 20 pounds off him. I was going, ah. So I
Right.
don't know if that was what he was doing to attract Gigi and Hussy, but that's a whole other theory and
Right.
community. So,
Right.
yeah, I'll just
Right.
stay out of that one because this is my opinion, and allegedly and all that stuff.
Right. And when this is to address the shit that she tried to accuse you of to begin with.
Hmm.
That you're photoshopping things, you're making things up, you're doing this, you're doing that. No, hon, we're just reading your public record.
Yeah, and really, the record I posted on my community tab, pretty much just unless you knew what that was about, you really didn't know
Right.
because all the
Right.
identifiers were pretty much not part of it. And then when she accused me of forging and doing all this stuff, oh no, I just made a video and posted the real links where you could go and check it out yourself.
That's right. That's right. And
You
again,
shut
she got all
shut up.
salty with you. I'm the one that posted it first. Why is she
Yeah.
not getting salty with me over it?
Hmm.
Again, with the dog, she got mad at Munching about the dog. Honey, I'm the one that put it out there first.
Because she's got no
What,
information about you, Kate. She's
well,
got nada, nothing. She
well,
doesn't know
that's
where
true.
you live. She doesn't know your name.
True.
She knows very like next to nothing, and that's why she
Yeah.
doesn't focus on you.
Well, maybe. But,
Yeah.
I just think it's comical. She wants to go after everybody else for shit that I put up first or said first. It's like, girl, stop. That's what made me mad too, because I'm the one that posted the record too first. I put it up first. I said, if you got a problem, you come at me. Because I'm the one that put it up.
Hmm.
Boom. As soon as I saw it and I'm like, oh, there it is. Boom, boom, posted. Because I'm not gonna let you sit here and lie. So and
Well,
now
that's
he's gonna get
exactly
an
why
extra lurker.
yeah, I mean, you get honorable mentions along with me, but because she knows more about me and she knows more about munching, and that's who she focuses in on, and the other one over there trying to insert herself in drama that doesn't concern her. you know. By the way, which is amusing to watch them scrap again. Nina.
True. Hmm.
Yeah, that's the only mention I'll say about her. But yeah, no, that's it.
Yep. I mean, that's it in a nutshell. And, because we're here to keep the history alive. This is our sole purpose.
Yep.
Is it's not going to get twisted. It doesn't have anything to do with those guys over there. Bless their hearts. The horrific thing happened. Her name got mentioned once in passing for something else to, put out a reference, and she's off and running. So, has she changed to you guys? No, she has not. She's worse. And if
Yep.
and if you hear my voice, people, she's worse. She's
She's 5 times
worse.
as worse as she was 2 years ago.
Exactly. She really is. She truly is. So if you want that around, go for it. Go for it.
Because she will use whatever means is possible to get information on you, and she will use it.
Absolutely. Even if she's got to sit on it for months and months and months, that's what she does.
Wasn't one of her devices that were taken from her was concerned? One of the officers was concerned with all the information she had on people.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what we were told, anyways. I mean,
Yeah,
hindsight now, who knows if that's true
alleged.
or not,
Yeah, yeah.
But it probably is. It probably is because, she's sitting there claiming, well, I was gone. And again, honey, you were arrested like January the 20th or the 21st. Let's just say January 20th, okay? January 20th to February 20th is 1 month. February 20th to March 20th is 2 months. You came back just a little bit into April, hence 2.5 months, not 4. So quit trying to spin that too. And my whole point of that was you were never gone, Sarah. I have screenshots of you super chatting people.
Yeah,
Come
yeah.
on. And it was funny, back to the MFW that she was over there. She said I gave her so much good advice, and then she gave me the best advice about never drinking. She yelled at me never to drink. No, she didn't. She
Uh-huh.
probably told you not to drink, but she didn't yell and get all freaked out about it. If she had totally known who you were, she'd have ran and hid.
Mhm.
So, no. So there's
Yeah,
that. She kept trying to insert herself in the conversation and ask her, 20 questions about weight loss and weight loss surgery. Again, go ask your doctor.
read something about it, but her reading and comprehension skills are lacking. I noticed that she put down her education 12th grade
Oh,
on her
yeah, where are
paper.
those master's and associate degrees?
Yeah, yeah. And I don't even believe she maybe she attended the 12th grade, but she certainly didn't graduate.
No, I don't think so either.
Not with her verbal and written skills, and no, 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 no.
Right.
English
Again,
is not her forte.
no, it's definitely not. It wasn't. Yeah, I was going to say when she said she had a master's, I'm like, well, it certainly wasn't in English. So there you go. Uh, but and I love too that she wants to spin. That wasn't my father. That wasn't my mother. Those weren't my relatives. Again, creepy bitch. Why are you following them all on social media? And she changed. Remember, I forgot this, and I meant to add this in. When she was, pretending to be dead, she changed her description tons of times on her channel. Okay. Well, she changed her Facebook page too.
Oh, really?
So, yes. So if that wasn't really your Facebook page, why are you going in changing the description to rest in peace, beautiful, gone too soon?
Oh,
Shall,
yes, yes, yes,
shall I
yes.
put that up? Shall I put that up for Thirsty Thursday?
I think it's probably a thing you should do.
I think I should. Now, out of respect, I am not going to show because the screenshot has people that she was friends with at the time. I'm going to pull it up and crop that because I don't want their names to be put out.
Okay. Reasonable.
But
Yeah.
it clearly shows her picture, one that I'm very familiar with that we've all seen before, and then the description under there says something to the effect of "Rest in peace, beautiful, gone too soon." If that wasn't your Facebook page, how did that get changed like that? Isn't that funny? Hmm. So, yeah, that was your Facebook page. Those were your family members on there. And you're following some of your family on social media, and they're following, I don't know if they're following you, if they're stupid enough, but I
Well, not
saw,
any of our kids.
no, because I saw the conversation that some of us had with one of her kids. And
Mhm.
it was actually the kid's significant other that we were having the conversation with. And they were very upset with us at first, and we were very apologetic. Said, "Hey, look, we're sorry. We're just trying to figure out how the heck do we get her to leave us alone. She's crazy." And then they softened up a little bit, and finally, towards the end of the conversations, they finally went, "What? Is she dead?" So
Yes.
clearly, she has no relationship with those people. And the story that Jay told, I've heard that before, and that's the closest version of the truth that I've heard. So
About
I've
her
heard,
signing away.
yes,
Yeah.
yes, that she signed the rights away for $100. So yes, yes, I 100% believe that.
Yeah, me too. Because I've heard it before, like you, not from Jay, but from another source. So,
Exactly, exactly.
yeah, he
Yep,
just
I'll be right
confirmed
back.
it. Yeah. So yeah, he just confirmed it, and so what? She's going on and on about it, and listen, and him talking about her physical abuse to him. I'm sure it was mutual. Let's face it. It happens. Um, but she's doing it to Carlos. I just hope Carlos is handing her back a knuckle sandwich too. I'm sorry that this. If you hit, expect to get hit back. That's my philosophy, whether people agree with it or not. I'm sorry, I don't mean to offend, but if you're aggressively in somebody's face, pushing them, slapping them, then you know you get what you ask for. I'm a boomer. Shut up. Anyway, don't come for me. I like J.K. Rowling too, so dear.
I like all
Anyway,
kinds of stuff. I like JK too.
yeah, me too. I don't care. I'm too old to care what anybody else says about her. I like her. So there you go. Anyway, we're past 2 hours now, so I guess we should wrap it up.
Oh,
I'm
gee.
hungry. I'm hungry.
I am too. And I could go on, you know me, I could go on about her for days just because she's so frustrating to me. It's just like, ugh,
Oh, save it up for
girl.
another day. Save it up for another day.
Well, that won't be hard, will it? And
No, no, not at all.
come for me. I don't care. Come after me. I don't care. I sit back and point and
Okay.
laugh. Whatever. Because I know
Okay,
you're
kid.
so full of bull.
I know. I'm gonna wrap this up and get some lunch for me. I bet you're 2 hours ahead. So anyway,
Yep,
my
it's time for me
dears.
too.
Yeah. Okay, everybody. Thank you for showing up, Zero and Kala. And I like how you got your little how to pronounce it. Kate Winslet and Vero.
Bye,
I said
Carla.
that already. Oh my goodness, who are we going up? I know that Taylor was up,
Yep.
and
Gosh,
Annie,
the truth.
Rochelle,
Whoa.
Jay. Thank you for showing up, Fraggy.
Oh
Um,
yeah, Jay, we need some more dirt, honey. Come on,
yeah.
spill the
Oh yeah.
tea.
We need stories. We need the
I
tea.
missed a lot of that. I want to hear some of
We
this.
need
We need stories.
Little Boots. Thank you. Am I missing anybody? Lynn.
Good to see you,
Yarn
Kate.
Fix. Yeah. Let's see. Let's see. We'll scroll up real fast here. Sassy. And Tulip. Do-do-do. Okay, okay, okay. If I missed anybody, I'm sorry. I appreciate you for showing up, and we will talk to you soon.
Take care,
Bye,
everybody.
and we're out.